Was more so just trying to get my Pokemon out for an intro. Didn't mean to do that. What's up, everyone? This is Destroyer229, and welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Scarlet. Last time, we managed to get done with pretty much everything that we needed to do. We now have 200 Pokemon registered in the Blueberry Pokedex. We almost got hit with a Rhyhorn. And even 50 episodes in, I cannot seem to hit any of the right buttons. There we go. We also have enough BP to be able to get done with all the rest of the coaches that we'll need to unlock the final battle. In this episode, we're hopefully going to wrap up everything else that we need to do. Depending on how long the coaching stuff lasts, we'll probably not get to the final battle. That might just have to be something I do by itself, just as its own episode. But we can at least do the Piran quest and try to do all of the coaches. Hey, Destro! Don't tell me. You've already got yourself 200 Pokemon from the terrarium? Impressive! Yeah, it was a lot of hard work to get all those Pokemon. Look at you putting in all that effort. I like to see that in a kid. You probably know more about the Pokemon in the terrarium than I do, and I got here first. I guess you've earned yourself that hot tip. Take a look at these photos, would you? Huh. Ooh. See those strange Pokemon? The first one's called Gouging Fire, and the other one's Raging Bolt. Totally unknown Pokemon in totally unknown places. If they're real, it'd be a huge deal. Apparently, these places are in Paldea. You have any idea where, Destro? I absolutely know where that would be. Wow, are they famous spots? I want to visit them. That's gonna be hard. Of course, you know how it is these days, right? These photos could totally be fakes. But if you want to know for sure, maybe you could go try and search these Pokemon out. I can show you the photos again anytime you like. Just give me a shout. Find me something good, Destro. I've got faith in your survey skills. Okay, interesting. So that's where we can get those Paradox Pokemon. Okay, very interesting. Unfortunately, there's no way that we're going to be able to get the Suicune one, since that one is event only, sadly. And through all the Wonder Trades, no one was giving anything. I was lucky enough to get Iron Treads, if I'm being honest. But we can at the very least explore Area 0 to see if we can't try to find these two Paradox Pokemon. They both look like they were kind of in the, like, overworld territory. I think you're just a regular Talonflame. Yeah, it's like, I know I caught a shiny Talonflame, but I think this is just the lighting playing tricks on me, and yeah. Still, it's better just to kind of explore around this area and not really focus around the more larger cave area. In fact, one of them was just, I think it was the Entei one. Kind of seemed like it was up on a cliffside. I mean, that's the other thing. Like, are these just going to be out and about, or are they very specific locations and there's only one of them? That's something that I'm not entirely sure about. So it might be worth it to just kind of look around a bit and just see if I can find anything. But it could very well be that we'll need to look in very specific spots. She did say that we could just look into those photos again if we really wanted to. So I'm kind of being led to believe that this is similar to the other legendary searches, where it is very much a very specific area that we need to find these Pokemon in. In which case, I might want to just go back to Piran and actually just take photos of those photographs. And then maybe I can try to triangulate where they are. The only thing I really know for sure is that they aren't in the cave area. Which, that at least limits things a little bit. But this is still a rather expansive area, even with this kind of more overworld type look to it. So it might still be a bit before I find either of these Pokemon. But we'll see. I'll at least kind of look around a little bit. And if I just get stumped, then we'll just go back to Piran and I can just go from there. Worst case scenario, I just need to look it up online. But I want to see if I can try to avoid that. Aha! Alright, I found one. I was kind of looking for the Entei one, but yeah, it seems like these are just static encounters. Actually, that may not be the best move, but you know what? We'll just go with it anyway. Alright. So let's go ahead and confront the first... Why does it say go back up? The first one of these new Paradox Pokemon. Alright, Raging Bolt, I believe is its name. Yeah, level 75. Okay, well, always gotta try the Quick Ball, just in case. Nah, of course not. Rising Voltage. Okay. Does it do anything for itself? Not immediately apparent. Okay. Well, Thunder Wave's gonna be useless, so let's go with a Flash Cannon. Thunderclap. Huh. That's interesting. That's also a move I don't recognize. Okay, decent damage. Looks to be about a 3-hit kill, though. So I could probably use Flash Cannon again. Yeah, and that's probably the best I can do. Well, Thunderbolt should work just as well. I don't get stabbed for that. And it should resist it, unless it's water or flying. Let's try a Thunderbolt. Yeah, Thunderclap seems like it gives priority. Perfect. Okay. Can't exactly do much in terms of status ailments at this point, but that's fine. We can go ahead and throw out some Ultra Balls and see what we can do about trying to catch this thing. But it failed. Ooh. Is Thunderclap an electric version of Sucker Punch? It might be, because it seems like it has priority. But the fact that it failed and not missed That's intriguing. Rising voltage, I'm not entirely sure what that's doing. Like, does it do more damage as you use it? Like, consecutively? Like, I think Hyper Cutter does that effect. I'm not sure. Dragon Pulse. Okay, well, I think I learned what its other typing is. Electric Dragon. Interesting. Also not going to be super helpful to me, because I terrestrialize into a dragon type. So that will just be awful for me. But maybe... Dang. Yeah, Thunderclap seems like it's Sucker Punch. An electric Sucker Punch. That's interesting. Alright, but hopefully we can catch this sooner rather than later. We do still have another Paradox Pokemon that we need to find. And we do have other things that we need to do this episode. So, hopefully, Raging Bolt will cooperate and maybe get in the ball. Ah! I'm also just doing one Shanks. The Dragon Pulse is also going to be a bit problematic. Okay, well, hopefully this won't take too long. I think we're just gonna have to jump cut. This, I think, is going to be a bit more problematic, especially since Ephraim's almost downed. Though I still don't know what its last move is. So maybe we go on ahead until it uses its last move. Or maybe I can catch it in this go. Nah, wishful thinking. And it doesn't seem like it wants to use its last move. Well, dang. Alright, I'll just do a montage then. Dragon Hammer? Okay, that's just a reused animation for Wood Hammer, but what? Oh man, I thought we'd get it after it showed us the last move. Woo! Alright, well, it just needed a terrestrialized Pokemon out, I guess. Raging Bolt, the Paradox Pokemon. It's said to incinerate everything around it with lightning launched from its fur. Very little is known about this creature. Okay, and it is indeed Electric Dragon. Neat. Let's check it out. Alright, so Raging Bolt. Pretty solid stats all around. Okay, so Thunderclap, Dragon Hammer, Rising Voltage, Dragon Pulse. Okay, so... let's see, so Thunderclap. This move needs to attack first with a jolt of electricity. Fails if target's not readying attack. So it is Sucker Punch. What's Dragon Hammer? Wields its body like a hammer to attack the target and inflict damage. Okay, I can see why it wasn't really doing all that much, considering it very much prioritizes special attack. User attacks rising from the ground, the power is doubled if the target's on electric terrain. I kind of figured that move had something to do with electric terrain. Something about it just kind of screamed like it needed that. And then Dragon Pulse. Okay. Not bad. Not bad at all. Though I am going to want to heal. Alright, so that's all my healing taken care of. Though I am still down one Paradox Pokemon. Unfortunately, the photo that I got was just somewhere looking up. Oh god. Again, switch one. So, trying to find where exactly it is, it's going to be a little bit of an issue. But I can go ahead and give it a shot. See if I can find anywhere a bit more in line of where it could potentially be. Don't exactly have a great location on where exactly that is. But I will look around and hopefully we find it sooner rather than later. There it is! Okay. Kind of figured being up near the highest point would be a decent spot. These satellite dishes seem to be kind of up near where the barrier is. But here it is. The Entei Paradox Pokemon, whose name escapes me at the moment. Alright, so this one is Gouging Fire. Might not be the best thing to have Ephraim out, but we'll try Quick Ball. Ah! Birding Bulwark? Oh, that's another Sucker Punch. Okay. That's neat. Let's paralyze you. What else do you know? Fire Blast! Okay. Not what I really want to see. At least I've got leftovers. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's hit you with the Flash Cannon. I don't want to go with neutral moves. Ooh, I think 2 shots Lava Plume. Okay, thank goodness Ephraim at least resists fire thanks to its dragon typing. Because otherwise this would be even worse than this matchup already is. Still 3 fire moves so far. Okay, perfect. It's in the red. Unfortunately, my stamina doesn't really help me a whole lot here. Mostly the leftovers that are carrying me. Or at least at this point now, I can just try to chuck some more Ultra Balls. Yes, I do have the Master Balls. I'm probably not really going to have any other use for them. Don't care. I usually try to avoid using Master Balls unless it's like very much an emergency type of catch. Like, say, a shiny Pokemon that is very much in danger of killing itself. That would be a time to use a Master Ball. Dragon Rush. Oh, cool. It's also part Dragon. Fire Dragon. Okay, so we're just kind of going with a Reshiram and a Zekrom vibe with these two. I guess that makes a Suicune Water Dragon then? That makes sense to me. But I mean, as long as Ephraim can just kind of continuously tank these, and if it tries to, well, I mean, first of all, if it gets fully paralyzed, but also if it tries to Sucker Punch me, that'll also allow me to recover some more HP. Meaning I can survive more, but I don't need to! Alright, that wasn't anywhere near as bad as Raging Bolt. Gouging Fire, the Paradox Pokemon. There are scant few reports of this creature being sighted. One short video shows it rampaging and spouting pillars of flame. Alright, so that is both Paradox Pokemon. Alright. So let's take a look at this one then. Gouging Fire. Yep, pretty much just like Raging Bolt. Pretty good stats. Plus attack, minus defense. I'm not entirely sure how great that is. Burning bulwark. Oh. It's not quite the same. The user is intensely hot for protects it from attacks and also burns any attacker that makes direct contact. So it's not Sucker Punch. It's Protect. It's Protect that also does burn. Kind of like the Needle Shield one does. Though instead of damage, this one just inflicts burn. Okay, interesting. Also, what other moves does it have? Double Kick, Ancient Power, Noble Roar, Morning Sun, Crush Claw, Dragon Claw, Bite, Howl, Fire Fang, Stomp, Leer, Incinerate, and Sunny Day. No mark. What about Raging Bolt? Raging Bolt also doesn't have a mark. What other moves does it know? Ancient Power, Calm Mind, Dragon Tail, Discharge, Electric Terrain, of course, Dragon Breath, Charge, Twister, Sunny Day, Shockwave, and Stomp. Okay, interesting. But at least now... Still hitting all the wrong buttons. At least now we have finished Piran's quest. So let's head on over to the rest area and show her the Pokemon. I can also go ahead and heal up. Certainly help in just restoring my PP. Even though I don't really need to restore my HP. I mean, I guess Ephraim could use some HP recovery. Alright, here's Piran. What? Destro, that Pokemon! Isn't that the Pokemon from the picture? That's a real-life gouging fire! Just look at the shape of its head! There are rumors that say this fellow can make magma erupt from the ground just by roaring. If that were true, then this thing would be a real fearsome threat to face. Now let me just snap a couple of photos here. This could mean the other Pokemon I showed you is real too. Report back to me if you find it, okay? It was the first one that I got, actually. A real Raging Bolt. That neck is... Boy, that neck! It's almost too much to fit in one frame. Rumor has it that this fellow can cover the whole sky with dark clouds and bring lightning crashing down just by swinging that long neck around. I mean, if that were true, then this thing would be a real fearsome threat to face. Wow, you actually went and found them both. I can't even be surprised. That's just like you, Destro. Between you and me, I was having a hard time focusing on my own work. Couldn't keep my mind off those photos. Oh, you saved me. I know I didn't promise any rewards or anything, but I've got to thank you for putting the mystery to rest. Here you go. This prize is a real catch. A sport ball? Special Pokeball that was used during the bug catching contest in Johto. Huh. It's wild how much mystery is left in the world, isn't it? When you're a kid, you can just run wholehearted wherever you want. But it's not so easy when you get older. You keep running, Destro. Find unknown Pokemon, have grand adventures. Do it for me. And now, I think I better get back to work. Alright, and that is the end of Piran's questline. So now we've got two more additional, I guess you could call them legendary Pokemon, since there's only one of each of those Pokemon. I guess they are also based off of legendary Pokemon. However, let's go ahead and head on over to the League Room. I want to see if I can't try to get this done. So let's go ahead and call a special coach. So I think the people that I want to bring would be Clavel, Do forgive the intrusion. Director Clavel of Naranja Academy, at your service. Our second person will be Miriam. I like Miriam. Her side quest was really nice. Pardon me! We're making this place my nurse's office while I'm here, right? Alright, so then conversation. I guess they don't have a conversation together. I knew it! I figured you were the one who called me. I was super surprised when I got told this stuff about a work trip all of a sudden. Can you believe they're having me teach my first class ever here instead of back home? You'll do just fine, Miriam. You sound so sure. Wish I had even half of that kind of confidence. Oh, what am I saying? You got me over here, so I'll do my best to make the most of this. It'll be the nurse's office, Blueberry Academy style. Alright, and then a battle. For sure! I'm not busy doing anything anyways. I'll go to the court with you. I'm actually not sure what kind of Pokemon Miriam will have. Alright, so what does she start with? She starts with a Hypno. Okay, a very interesting first choice of Pokemon. Level 80, alright. Seems pretty standard. So let's go ahead and start with a Dragon Pulse. Okay, Reflect, that shouldn't be too big of a deal, considering that Ephraim is a special attacker. Alright, so down goes Hypno. What's her next Pokemon? Her next Pokemon is Glalie. Okay. Well, I can easily hit it with a Flash Cannon. Shouldn't really be too bad. Yeah, Glalie isn't exactly the strongest Pokemon. Alright, next Pokemon is Meganium? Okay. Was not expecting a Meganium. Let's go ahead with the Dragon Pulse, though. Ooh, almost one shot. Body Press. Did surprisingly little damage. Then again, my defense is sky high. And Meganium is more of a tank more than anything. Though admittedly, it really couldn't stand up to me. Hypno was more of a tank than Meganium. Alright, 3 down. Next up is... as soon as I get my leftovers off. Next Pokemon is... Electros. Don't know why we were in the floor there, but okay. One shot. Alright, so she should only have 2 Pokemon left then. Next Pokemon is Pincurchin. Pincurchin? Really? Well, alright, if you say so. Oh no, a Sucker Punch. Whatever will I do? Not like you just make me even stronger. Oh, that was a weird, just kind of freeze frame right there. Alright, so what's her last Pokemon? Her last Pokemon is... actually, what would she terrestrialize into? Her last Pokemon is Toxapex. I'm gonna lose! Can't believe this! Toxapex is interesting. What would she terrestrialize into? Poison? your time to shine, my lovely Toxapex! It is poison! Interesting! Yeah, her team's kind of all over the place. Got Psychic, Ice, Baneful Bunker, which is just protection, but thankfully I'm using a special attack and not a contact move. So yeah, I mean, it's a kind of a weird setup that she has. But whatever. Not really the most threatening battle I've ever had. Then again, kind of hard to be super threatening when all my Pokemon are level 100. Oh geez, she's going to be doing this. Really gonna try to get off that Toxic despite the fact that I am a Steel type. A special attacking Steel type at that. Alright, well that wasn't too bad. Weird that she doesn't have anything to say with Clavel, though. Oh, come on! You don't have to go all out like that. You kids are always going all out. Can't keep up. Especially you, you're way too strong. Gotta learn how to hold back a little bit once in a while. Well, since you beat me, I'll teach you this cool pose. Captain, I can't hear you! I think that pose is on its way out, but it's not quite in cringe territory yet. Use your best judgment on when to whip it out. Okay, cool. A free pose. Let's have Jehudi out front with going up against Clavel. I've heard all about your adventures here from Director Cyrano. As I understand it, you've already battled your way to the top of the League Club and played a major role in an out-of-school expedition. As your director, I could not be more proud. But still, I should like to hear your thoughts. How has life at Blueberry Academy been treating you? It's been a lot of fun. That warms my heart to hear. I'm so glad you're able to come here to study. I'll be staying here for a while as a special coach, so feel free to come and chat anytime. Can we do a battle? You'd like to challenge me to a battle, Master Destro? Yes, please. Well then, I humbly accept. Not as your director, mind you, but as a fellow Pokemon trainer. Alright. So Clavel's rematch starts with Oranguru. Okay. Go ahead and start with a Night Slash. Oranguru, while it is a little bit bulky, still a Psychic type. Next is Abomasnow. Okay. Would it be good to keep out Jehudi? I think I'll be fine. Abomasnow's not that strong. Strong enough, though. Aurora Veil. Oh, dear. Stronger. Oh, jeez. Okay, well, in that case, I'm gonna switch on over to Cody. Great. So now he's got a pretty decent defensive wall up now. Oh, jeez. Okay, well, that's gonna be a problem. Let's go ahead. Just use an Aerial Ace. Okay, well, Stab works pretty well. Next up is Gyarados. Okay. Gyarados is strong, but its Achilles heel is just electric types. Alright, let's just... I don't really see Cody really lasting too much longer. Let's just use Thrash. Ugh. Oh, no. Oh, that's bad. That Aurora Veil, though, is really helping it out, though. Yeah, that's a problem. Okay, snow stopped at least, which means Aurora Veil goes away. Okay, so that's good. Let's go ahead and switch Ephraim in. The Dragon Dance is a bit of a problem, so let's go ahead and Thunderbolt. Oh, no. Okay, well, that's bad. Thankfully, Thunderbolt, not an issue when it comes to Gyarados. Okay, next Pokemon is after the leftovers. Next Pokemon is Poltegeist. Okay. Don't think I really have anything too great against Ghost. At least not with Ephraim. Okay, Shadow Ball's a little bit of a problem. Ooh, that's actually a big problem. And it's a special attack, too. I can at least take out Poltegeist. So that's not too bad. Though I might end up losing Ephraim to his next Pokemon, depending on what it is. Alright, next Pokemon is... Come on. Next Pokemon is Amoonguss. Okay, also not really something I can do with Ephraim. But Dragon Pulse should still be pretty effective. Oh, cool. He puts me to sleep. Well, you're just gonna let the leftovers take over. What exactly are you going to do while I'm asleep? I don't think Amoonguss has Dream Eater or anything. Oh, Hex! Okay, yeah, that's a problem. That is actually quite the problem. Because Hex deals more damage. Let's go ahead and switch on over to Marie, then. Because his last Pokemon, I would imagine, would still be Skeledirge. Because Nemona has Quackable. Alright, so let's go ahead. We'll use Air Slash. Perfect. So is his last Pokemon still Skeledirge? It is. Okay. To think you've grown this strong. But it's not over for me yet, you know. Alright, Skeledirge. Let's go ahead and just attack it with an Air Slash. Time for this old director to show that he can do. Marvel at the shining terrestrialization! Okay, Air Slash almost takes it out. But it does get its Torch Song off. Yeah, I saw that coming. But it only raises its special attack, so I think I'll still be fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch on over to Jehudi. And to make sure that I don't lose Stab, I'm not gonna Terrasilize. Instead, just hit it with a Night Slash. Perfect! That's Clavel's rematch taken care of. If anyone asks how the battle went, just tell them I lost. Nothing more, nothing less. Pokemon you have raised certainly are treasures of inestimable power. Value. God, I cannot read. And that is a really hard word to say. You can't estimate the value. That's what it means. But how careless of me. I almost forgot that I have something to give you. A good friend of mine wanted you to have this as a token of his thanks. His wig! It's a rather trendy item of headwear, you know. Why, I'm almost tempted to procure one myself. Uh-huh. If you're looking for Director Cyrano, I believe I saw him over at the Academy's entrance. I do hope he's paying due attention to the Academy's administrative affairs, and not just lounging about all day. Alright, so that's both of those rematches taken care of, and now we have the last coach, which I'm gonna go ahead and bring in Nemona. Da-da-da-da! Hey, Destro, I'm here! Man, Blueberry Academy's awesome! Now, just to be sure, my Pokemon are healed, right? Yeah. Alright, perfect. Okay. Nemona is talking to Lacey? Oh, that's interesting. Oh, Nemona! It's been far too long! I don't think we've met since that party, have we? Whoa, Lacey, right? Good to see you! Man, I can't believe you remember my name from just the one time we met. That's awesome. Oh, no, it's more impressive than you remembering my name in return. Besides, how could I forget you? You created such a stir challenging my daddy to a battle right there in your fancy party dress. Yeah, I'm really sorry about that. Once I heard he was a gym leader, I just couldn't help myself. But Daddy was so pleased with you! You know what he said? Nothing wrong with a young missy who knows what she likes. Oh, I'm glad. Clay's very kind. And that's when we get official word that, yeah, her dad's Clayton. Well, I'm pretty sure it's kind of obvious with the clues and where she's from. And apparently the Excadrill as well. It's wild how different Blueberry Academy is from our school back home, huh? I snagged a quick look inside the terrarium. I can't believe it's all underwater. It all just looks like regular above water. And I heard the school puts a super heavy focus on Pokemon battling too. That means I can battle my heart's content here, right? Right? Within reason, Nemona, not everyone's gonna want to battle a champion-ranked trainer. Oh, yeah, sorry. You're right, I need to save some energy to battle you, too. Not quite what I meant. You know, I'm really glad you invited me here, Destro. Thanks so much. Yo, speaking of battles. If you got a few minutes, wanna battle? You know it. Yes! You're on! Let's have us a fruitful battle! Alright, Nemona's rematch starts out with Lycanroc. Alright, shouldn't be too hard for Chihui to handle. Level 86?! Probably should have expected Nemona to be higher level than everyone else. So this one may actually prove to be some level of challenge. But we'll see. Next Pokemon is Rabombi. Okay. I forget, is Rabombi Flying Fairy or Bug Fairy? Rabombi. Rabombi is Bug Fairy. Okay. I could go for an Aerial Ace. I'm risking a Fairy type move, though. Although, I can just Terastallize right now. I lose... Well, actually, no. I don't have stab from Aerial Ace anyway, so that doesn't even affect my damage output. Alright, so just use an Aerial Ace. Almost take it out. Oh, no. Well, then. To be fair, if I didn't terrestrialize, it would have been quad weak to that. I just got hit with a very unfortunate crit. Let's send out Hunter, then. Alright, well, there goes my terrestrialization. Oh, dear. This Rabombi's tough! Alright, next Pokemon. Decidueye. Okay. Let's go ahead and try a Shadow Punch then. Alright, I have the Choice Band on. I got rid of the Life Orb. Ooh, I got the poison off though, so that's good. Yeah, I was expecting a Spirit Shackle. Oh, well, that's unfortunate. Still, the poison does do a bit of damage. Don't think I have any priority moves, though. I can try for Cody. Yeah, let's send out Cody. Alright, and let's go ahead and hit with an Aerial Ace. Perfect. Okay. It's basically trading Pokemon for Pokemon, which honestly kind of feels pretty in tune with... Oh god, Pawmot. Feels pretty in tune with Nemona. Well, I'm definitely losing Cody with this. Let's go with Thrash. Well, that was a shame. And another freaking crit! What is happening? Okay, well now it's... Oh, jeez, it's... Well... Let's go ahead and switch into Marie, then. Yes, it still has electric moves. But at least now it doesn't have electric typing. I'm gonna use Detect, so then that way I can get a little bit more speed. Oh god, Ice Punch? Ugh. Okay. Hopefully I can one-shot it, because that is another quad-effective move on me. Yes! Okay, good. Thankfully with that double shock, worked out beautifully. Alright, next is Koumo-o. Okay, Fighting Dragon. Air Slash is still gonna prove to be pretty good. Yeah, just one-shot it. Nice. So that just leaves her Quackavolt then. Well, that stinks. But I'm still having fun. And we're only now getting to the best part. Well, I wish I still had Jehudi, but you know, Marie can still work pretty well. Shine blazingly bright, our greatest treasures! Oh god, she made it into a fighting type? Ah, I thought it would be water. Well, I called that wrong. Still does a good amount of damage, so assuming I live, get ready for a barrage of my hardest hits. Okay, well, I mean... Yeah, it just increases speed, but I got speed boost. And she also loses stab. So, honestly, not really threatening. Did throw me for a loop, though. was not expecting it to be a fighting type. That was a great one. Yep, that was a great one for sure. And an L for me. Hope you and I keep battling forever, Destro, even when we're grown up. In fact, we gotta keep battling. Let's call it a promise. Here, something to seal the deal. Oh, focus sash. Think of me when you use it. Best rivals forever. Alright. Well, now we just need to go ahead and not contribute BP. Ah! I just want to calm Clavel back. Alright, and now signed with Nimona interacting with Clavel. She does have words to say to Kieran, though. Man, Kieran, I can't believe how fast you blasted your way through the BB League and became champion. Yeah. But it turns out I'm just no good. What? What made you say that? I only thought about winning back then. Trained and trained so much every day. I barely slept. And I hardly even ate. I did all that and finally made it to champion. In the end, I just got crushed anyway. I don't know about that, but I do know that it's awesome how dedicated you can be. Must mean you must really love Pokemon, Kieran. Huh? I guess I do like them, and that's why I worked so hard. I feel a bit better about it now. Thanks, Nimona. Aw, don't worry about it. Okay. Hey, Destro. Man, it's been a while since I've been in here, and everyone's been talking to me like normal. I honestly wasn't expecting that. Well, everyone but Drayton. He was looking at me with a stupid grin on his face. But I still apologize to him for everything I did and how I acted. I'm glad things are working out. Yeah, me too. It's all thanks to you, Destro. I'm gonna make up for the time I lost while I was away from school. Just you watch. Aw, glad to hear that. Alright, so now it's actually, before we do anything, we gotta talk to Clavel. Well met, Master Destro. I wanted to ask, has anything in particular been worrying you down here at Blueberry Academy? For instance, Director Cyrano. Has he been bothering you with his unreasonable requests? Nah, it's fine. I see. Well, that's reassuring. You know, Director Cyrano and I studied together at the same university. Oh, a long time ago now. Right from the start, I found myself rather at the mercy of his whims. The state of affairs continued even once I had been appointed as director of our academy. He said to me, "Veli, you need a dash more dignity about you, a lofty air. Try wearing some premier balls at your waist, that'll do it." I mean, it kind of worked. Well, I suppose it's my own fault for going along with these ideas of his. In any case, please don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help. You got it. Alright, so now it's just cycling through the three of these guys. And yeah, none of them have any conversations together. Hey, Destro, you won't believe this! I had my first class ever, and I managed to screw up already. Get this, the actual, class went perfectly. But then I finished my lesson and realized I was in the wrong classroom the whole time. I mean, things happen. It's not the end of the world. What do you mean it happens? I mean, I know you're trying to cheer me up, but I'm pretty sure that was a first. Both for Blueberry Academy and Naranja Academy. No, let's change the topic. Just thinking about it makes me want to hide in a hole. I should just forget about the mess-ups and keep on marching along. That's the spirit. Alright, so let's go ahead and bring back Nimona. Does she have anything more to say elsewhere? Nope, just by her lonesome. I had to walk around the terrarium, and there were so many Pokemon I'd never seen before. I thought about this a lot in Kitakami, too. It's so cool seeing unfamiliar Pokemon just living their lives as they do in nature. Reading about them in textbooks can't hold a candle to seeing them for real, you know? I mean, yeah, it's a very different vibe actually seeing it out in the open. Exacto! You get me! Though, come to think of it, I guess there was a time where even wild Pokemon Paldea were brand new to me. I actually moved to Paldea when I was 7. I hadn't had a taste of Pokemon battles yet back then. Sometimes I forget what it was like being that age. I guess it's good to keep having that same sense of wonder as when we were young. Mona, you're like, what, 14, 15? You're not that old. Where's Clavel? There's Clavel. I wanted to talk to you about your exchange studies, Master Destro. Thanks to your presence here at Blueberry Academy, I've been able to visit more often. Observing other schools firsthand can be instructive in all sorts of ways, you know? Right now, I'm considering how we can adopt the best aspects of this school at our own academy. I would appreciate your input on the matter. So, what is it that you like best about Blueberry Academy, Master Destro? I'd probably say the values. Kind of having a stronger focus on Pokemon battling, especially double battles, definitely a plus. Very interesting. I see, you must appreciate the autonomy given to students here, as well as their vigorous appetite for Pokemon battles. Well, in any case, duly noted. Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts. Talking with you like this reminds me of your very first day as one of my students. That was the day I gave you your first partner Pokemon, Sprigatito. Still hate that that's the official term that Pokemon uses. First partner Pokemon, just call it a starter. That's what everyone says, and it's not going away. Stop trying to make first partner Pokemon to a thing. I believe you found many treasures of your own since then. Would you consider sharing one of those with me? In the form of a Pokemon trade? Sure. Much obliged. In that case, I shall offer you a Koumo-o from my side. What Pokemon will you choose, Master Destro? Alright, well I can't exactly just go with typing here. I do have these Beldum. Are these Beldum, like, doesn't really matter. We'll just go with this Beldum. So you'd like to trade your Beldum for my Koumo-o? Sure thing. Alright, well, we got Clavel's Koumo-o. Thank you very much for trading me your Beldum. I will treasure it and raise it with all due care. Alright. So next up is Miriam's final lesson? Conversation? We'll go with conversation. Oh, conveniently right here. Hey Destro, guess what? Remember how I went to the wrong classroom and lectured a bunch of random students? Well, some of those kids came and found me because they wanted to ask questions. I thought that teaching the wrong class would forever be a stain on my teaching career. But it looks like those students got something out of it in the end. I'm like really super happy about it. That's great to hear. I know, right? Being a teacher really is fun after all. I mean, it's not a total cakewalk either, but still! I'm glad I kept at it. Thank you, Destro. Oh, that's right. Do you have a minute? You've always been helping me out, so I wanted to return the favor. Want to trade with me? We can get to know each other better that way. Sure. Okay, I've got a Moraine. What about you? Oh man, if I had a Corsola. Let's see. What can we go with in exchange for a Moraine? I mean, I've got these Esper. You know what? Sure, an Esper. Esper for Moraine. Alright. I'm pretty sure Moraine is new to the Pokedex, too. Moraine, the brutal star Pokemon. This Pokemon wanders the seaside looking for food. It often gets electric shocks from broken Pincurchin spines that it tries to eat. Ah, so it's not just Corsola that it goes after. Aw, Esper, huh? I thought you'd pick something like that. I'll take good care of it so it can grow big, strong, and healthy. Number of people you can invite to the club room has increased. That means I can get Gita here, right? Yep. Gita. Does that also mean that... Can I do this one? Too early for you to contribute to this particular initiative? Oh dear. Don't tell me I need more BP. Oh dear. How many do I need for this? Oh gee. Okay, so it's 10 coaches. Well, the good news is that I've got 9 with Nemona. The bad news is that I need more BP. Crap. Okay, well, I'm just gonna need to get more BP and pick another 3 to go with. We can at least get Nemona in, though. So, Destro, you know about the BB League, don't you? Sure do. First I've heard of it. I knew it! Why didn't you tell me right away? And what's more, everyone's saying the champion of this league is you. First I've heard of it. Yeah, that's me. I'm the champion here. You are the champion! Oh, come on! You should have told me the awesome news sooner. I'm just drooling the battle of the champion of the BB League. But even more importantly, I'm so proud my rival's been smashing it all over the place. So, I guess what I'm saying is, I shall forever remain proud to be your rival. Oops, got a little formal there. Just too struck by your accomplishments, I guess. You know, it just occurred to me, we've battled tons, but we've never traded once. Well, no time like the present. Why don't we trade Pokemon? Sure. Yes! Tamaya! I think I'll trade you a Tauros. Well, you trade me. Tauros is kind of random. But, okay. What to give to Nemona? Let's see, what would be a decent Pokemon to try to give to her? You know, an Axew I think is fine. Tauros for an Axew. So is this just a regular Paldean Tauros, or... I mean, it looks like a regular Paldean Tauros. It's not like it's either the fire or the water type. Oh my gosh, I've never actually caught a Paldean Tauros. Tauros, the wild bull Pokemon. This Pokemon has a muscular body and excels at close quarters combat. It uses its short horns to strike the opponent's weak spots. Axew's a great Pokemon. I'll train it up so well, it'll be unbeatable. Thanks for trading. Alright, well, I've got a little bit of BP left, so I think the last thing that I'll do... Where the heck's the computer? I think the last thing that I'll do is just call upon Geeta for the first go. Because she's got to have something to say with Nemona here. So this is the club room where this academy's most skilled trainers gather. Thank you for your kind invitation, Champion Destro. It's an honor to be here. Alright, yep. Figured we could get at least one conversation in here. Hola, Primera! You sure shook up your party, huh? Well, of course. I'm La Primera, after all. How could I set an example for other trainers if I don't keep pushing myself to become stronger? That checks out. I better keep up the pace, too. Well, I don't plan on slowing down until I hand over the top role of top champion to you. Or indeed to Champion Destro. No! Come on, Primera, don't talk about that! I'd rather you just stayed Primera forever. If that's the case, it seems I won't be able to retire for a good while yet. Alright, well, I mean, I guess we can finish this off with a battle against Geeta's upgraded team. I think I'm gonna want Ephraim up front, though. Unfortunately, I do not have too much time. Let us put it to good use together. I take it you're a very busy woman. Busy or not, refusing an invitation from you was out of the question, Champion Destro. Do not worry too much, though. I had business with the Unova Pokemon League, as well as some matters to address with Director Cyrano. This is also an excellent opportunity to recruit new, young talent to come to Paldea. With all that in mind, your invitation actually came at quite an opportune moment. By the way, Miss Breyer informed me that your presence was invaluable for her expedition to the Area Zero Underdepths. This club room is a little too public to discuss the matter here, but please, give me the details later. You got it. And for the final thing that we're doing for this episode, we're having our Geeta rematch. Alright, so Geeta starts with... She starts with Glamora! Okay, very much changing things up. Level 84, strangely enough, not quite as strong as Nemona. Then again, Nemona came later, so maybe I shouldn't be too surprised. Still, she's starting with Glamora, which is a very interesting change. Still gets one-shotted, though. So, not the biggest thing. Next is Avila. bug. Okay. Ephraim should still be a good choice here. Just stick with Flash Cannon. Okay. Still doing pretty alright. Next is Chestnut. Okay, definitely a new Pokemon. Grass Fighting. I don't think I've got anything super great, so let's just hit it with a Dragon Pulse. Okay, well, good thing I am still a special attacker. So these moves don't really do much because they require contact. Bulk up. Ugh. Okay, well, that could be bad. Thankfully, Chestnut, not really a great Pokemon. I say that having used Chestnut in X and Y. It's probably the one starter I was most disappointed in, just because I really didn't use it all too much, especially when it became a Chestnut. Anyway, next Pokemon is Espathra. I really don't have anything super good, so again, Dragon Pulse. She is just really trying to go with the stall tactics. I guess the point was, though, for Glamora to set up any sort of, like... I think you could set up Toxic Spikes with it. Uh-oh. Well, thankfully, Steel cancels out the Fairy weakness. Opportunist? Ooh, interesting. That could be frightening. If I wasn't a special attacker. And also 16 levels higher. Alright. Still doing good, still doing fine. Ephraim just kind of sweeping her team. Next Pokemon is Dragapult. Dragon Ghost. Okay. Well, Dragon Pulse should still work pretty fine. Okay, that actually did some decent damage. Alright, down goes Dragapult. So, is her final Pokemon gonna be King Gambit? Because King Gambit being last actually makes it very threatening. Oh, yeah! Okay, this is bad. It's not checkmate just yet, my friend. Okay, so it's getting a lot of power from this. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit it with a Thunder Wave. Become the light that shines on all who reach the pinnacle, King Gambit! So what Terra type does it become? Does it still become a Rock type? Flying. Interesting? I guess it gets rid of its ground weakness, but it just makes it weak to electric. And rock. Kowtow Cleave. Uh-oh. Ow! Well, I mean, it would be threatening if I didn't have how many staminas at this point? Oh, I only had 2 staminas up, but still. Yeah, I was a little bit worried, and then just nothing happened. And it's like, oh, okay, well, this isn't gonna be that difficult at all. Nimona was harder. May this light shine forever. Magnificent as always. I see you've continued to hone your skills. That settles it for me. I no longer have any doubts about my decision. There's something I very much wish for you to have. Elite gloves? I hope you think carefully about why I chose to give you those. Interesting. Gloves? Elite gloves. Try on. Neat! I mean, I like my fingerless gloves. But I think... You know what? I'll go ahead and keep these on. So used to fingerless gloves, but I think these... They match very well with the outfit. But at any rate, we're gonna go ahead and call it a day here. So, next time on Let's Play Pokemon Scarlet. Well... The sandwich quest shouldn't really take too long, and that'll at least get me most of the way for the rest of my BP. The main problem that I'm really going to have is that I've got Gita that I'm going to need 2 more times with, as well as potentially bringing in some other people to actually make this work. Thankfully, I'm not doing... Thankfully, I'm not going to be recording the next episode right away. So, I'll at least have time for her to despawn, I guess. And then bring her back, so I won't need to get that much BP. Having said that, I am still going to need to grind out BP because I still need more to get her to all of the times I need to invite her. So, that'll just have to be off-screened. And... well, I mean, I doubt I'll really get into any sort of, like, shiny Pokemon. I'm not really going to be going out too far for this. Just going to need a few quests in order to get enough BP. But at the very least, we should be able to get done with everything next time. So next time, we'll go through the Gita sort of missions, as well as possibly a few other people, just to kind of fill out those gaps. And then it's fighting the strongest trainer in the game. And with that, the end of the Let's Play as well. Once we beat the strongest trainer, then we've pretty much done everything that we can. So next time will be the finale. Until then, everyone, take care.